Hello YouTube. Going to show you the start of this Messerschmitt BF109 E4/7 Trop. This is a 1/48 scale Tamiya kit. The tropical version that you can paint this kit is not the tropical version that I'm actually doing. I've got some Edward decals coming that I ordered from eBay to make another plane, and when they get here I'll show you those. This is probably just going to be an extended video. I'll just keep going with this one. I probably won't make this one into parts, so we'll just do this as a whole video. So I'll show you what I got done so far. Right now, obviously you start on the cockpit first and then you move on. So I've started on the cockpit. Let me see if I can get good lighting in there. Okay, so and the sad thing is you aren't really even going to see hardly any of this details once I put the pilot in there. But that is one side in the actual cockpit. You can kind of see that, and I'll flip it over and I'll show you this other side, and that is the other side. Like, I even did some painting where wires would go. You aren't going to be able to see that, and I'm not even sure you can see those colors where I painted after I get all that in there, because like even the molding, the circles, you won't see that once this is all in there. I mean, as you can see, there were some there, you can't see them. So anyways, that is the cockpit so far. All the detail I can get in there. And of course they want you to paint this black. This is gunmetal. And then I started on the pilot. Now, that's the way the pilot's supposed to look, okay? But if I'm doing a tropical version, obviously these guys aren't going to be dressed like that in North Africa. So I had to do a lot of cutting and sanding and try not to totally screw this pilot up. So this is what I've got so far. Oh, boy, this is really blurring out on me today. Let me lay that down and I'll try to do this. There we go. Okay. And this is just the start of it. I just kind of threw some color on there. That way you could actually see what was going on. Otherwise it would just look like plastic cut up. So I cut and sanded the arms to try to make it look like a short sleeve top. And the same with the pants to make it look like he had shorts on. Because a lot of these pilots you would see with the shorts and a short sleeve top. So that's just a little bit of paint on there right now, just so that you could kind of see what was going on. I still got more work to do on him, detailing work and everything, so this is just the start. But that is the difference. Looks fairly decent. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. And then once again, some of that you're not really going to see anyways. You might be able to see his knees. I'm not even sure that you'll see his socks once you put him in there and look down through. Oops. So while I have this here, I figured I'd do a quick comparison. So there's that pilot that comes with this one. And then this is the other Tamiya pilot. And that comes with that plane. You've probably seen that one before. It runs a little more costly because you can open it up and you can see the engine and everything. But that's the other Messerschmitt that Tamiya sells. But I want to show you the difference between the pilots. As you can see, this one right here is actually a little bit bigger than him. I mean, you can see that. They're definitely a little bit off. So I just kind of found that interesting. I thought I'd share that. But I mean, pretty much the same plane. It's just this one's more detailed. Okay, so I did some work on the pilot. We did some plastic surgery and I cut the head off from that body and actually took this head. This is a Warlord game head, and I used it instead just so it would look like, you know, he was sitting in the plane. You know, they aren't taking off or anything. He's not flying. He doesn't have his actual headgear on for flying, even though if you look at pictures, some of the guys actually wore those and some stuff. But anyways, I changed it up a little bit, that way you could see more of his face, and changed the hat, put a lot more detail on him. Let me see if I can get that. There we go. But anyways, that's what I did to him. And as I said, most of the detail inside that cockpit now you're not really gonna see because of the pilot sitting in there. But realistically, you can't see much detail. The best way to do it would be to get a whole resin cockpit for this and do it that way. All right, moving on. All right, so I hit a snag. Prime this out, put the black on it, because instead of doing what some of the other guys do, they'll spray the lines, like all the creases. I just decided to prime the whole thing out, except for right in there. I'm gonna have to put the liquid, the liquid tape on there. But anyways, and then paint this. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead on this, because I ordered these decals, and these decals are great, okay? Awesome decals. My goal was to do this plane right here. I already had this kit, okay? And this is an E4. Now they sell this kit, Edward sells this kit. But since I had this, I decided that, well, I'll just use this one and make this plane. So looking it over, everything is the same, everything is what I need, except for this air intake. And it has a filter on it, all right? So the air intake that comes with this plane, if I can find it here, and as usual, when you're looking for something, you can't find it, so I'll just show you here. Looks like that, okay? And that's wrong. Okay, so here it is. There's the difference. You get these two, all right? And that is totally different than that. All right, so then you have to decide. You're gonna cut your losses on this and just buy this kit, or you're gonna go with it and I can get the right one that's resin. Well, I've already bought the decals. If I buy the kit, it's useless. You'll get these decals with the kit. And then if I want to ever do this again, I can just use these ones or the other decals, because this comes with 3 sets. I'll show you that here in a minute. So anyways, I decided to order the correct resin air intake with the filter. Okay, so that, now I gotta wait on that, and I'm not gonna get that until March. So when I originally said that this video was gonna be the whole thing, I think I'm just gonna put this one out. That way it's not wasting space on my phone. So I'll just put this video out, and then when I get the parts, we'll go from there. But just a slight snag, or as Bob Ross would say, a happy mess up. So we're just gonna have to wait on that part to finish this. But I can still show you what's going on so far, and then we'll just have to get back to this one. All right, so that's the only difference that I could find. Everything else is gonna work out just great. I'm gonna show you these. I ordered these from eBay. Excellent paper that comes with it. Shows you that version of the plane. This is the pilot's name, and you can look him up and check him out. And he flew in North Africa, in that area during World War II, and he was killed. But anyways, this is one version of his plane. It's another version of his plane that you can do. And then on the back side of this sheet is a third version. And then they show nice placement for all the decals that come with it and other information. So these decals are excellent, excellent, excellent decals. And like I said, I'll have enough between what came with this kit and this to make at least 2 versions of this plane, or of his plane. I don't know, I haven't counted, maybe even 3. So anyways, there is the sheet that came with the decals. And here are the decals that came with that. So those are all the decals that you get with that. And then it says they were printed in Italy. Here's the copyright on there. So those were printed in Italy. So anyways, those are the decals that you get with this set. They're very nice, and you can make it 3 different ways, which is also very nice. Big fan. I'll probably look for some more of these Eagle Strike Productions. And like I said, I found these on eBay. And I will probably go back and see if I can find some more. I had the guy's card that I bought these from. I wanted to put that on here in case anybody wanted to buy them, but I'll have to put it on in another video because I've seemed to have lost it right now. And I'll find that information out and put it on at another time. I didn't glue the wings on yet because I'm thinking about doing that separately. I know most of the time you put it all together, but looking at the paint job that I want to do, which is on the other side, let me do that. Let me flip this paper. There we go. If you look at the paint job, I don't really have to take too much apart or do a lot of taping because most of it's already done for me. You can see this piece is a whole separate piece. That's just yellow. All the nose is separate. That's white. So that made it extremely easy. The only thing I have to do is liquid mask those windows. But, you know, the different colors are mainly on the wings, and that will be underneath. So if I can spray it like this, do most of my detail, glue it together, and then I just weather the whole thing together. So that's the route I'm going to try to take. Most of the time I don't do it that way whenever I do a plane, but we're going to try something different. I actually never do this either, spray paint it all black. Usually I do it gray, and then I will usually hand brush some sort of grime in between for all those pieces. So this is going to be something different, me trying it this way. So we'll see how it works out. Something a little different. I'm always trying to come up with new ways of doing things because every way is not the best way. And there are others who probably have better ways than I have. So it's always nice to try new things and see if you can come up with something new, something easier, something that works for you. But that is where we're at on this kit. I am going to put this video out because, like I said, now I'm going to have to wait for a while. I still have other projects that I'm kind of waiting on. I mean, that diorama I started. I got the cop car started. I did paint the black on it. I got to tape it off now and paint the green. So I've got projects sitting around that need to get done, but this was just something else that I did I think the quick ones were all those 110 scale busts that I put out, because those went pretty quick. I could do those in a day, on and off. They worked out really well. It's fun, but it's kind of quick. You know, it's not a long-lasting project. So this one's going to be a little bit longer than what I wanted. But so far, so good. I do have that Edouard kit. I don't know if I'm gonna maybe mess with it a little bit, because I kind of wanted to build a plane. And like I said, I don't know if I want to maybe start on that one or not. We'll see. So, but that was the kit that I'm using for that. And hopefully the parts will come soon and I can get that going again. So take the time out to thank a veteran, thank them for their service. Jesus is King, and God bless.